Listen, I had a long talk with Kramer today.
Uh-huh.
Well, the thing is, I think I have a little crush on him.
I'm so happy. My world suddenly has me. This is the man you have a crush on?
Well, I have feelings for both of you.
How can you have feelings for him? We're soulmates.
Why can't I be a soulmate?
Hello and welcome to Seincast, a retrospective on all 180 episodes of Seinfeld, being hosted by two guys who could barely run their own lives. My name is Vinnie.
My name's Matt.
How are you, my friend?
Doing great. How are you?
I too am well. There it is.
Oh, before we started, Vinny's like, I'm going to drop a reference on you from this episode.
Watch out. There's that, and then there's, Dear God.
That's very reminiscent of the the Clue scene when the lights go off.
Yeah. I love that.
Oh, boy. Hey, something we haven't done on the podcast here in a while is talk about like some upcoming Seinfeld events in our news segment. So let's hit the queue and we'll talk.
Hey, I got news for you.
Great news. All right, I got news. You ready?
A couple of months ago, we brought up the Colossal Cluster Fest, which is a comedy festival happening out in San Francisco on June 2nd to the 4th. That's over a weekend at the Civic Center Plaza, Bill Graham Civic Auditorium. That's, I think, right in downtown San Francisco. I just wanted to remind our listeners, if you're going to go or if you're thinking about going, Jerry Seinfeld is headlining the festival. So there is incentive to go for him alone. But there's also going to be a Seinfeld apartment recreation, and Larry Thomas will be there, the soup Nazi, serving soup. So if anyone has been on the fence, please reconsider, because Vinny, you and I really want to know how this thing goes. So we'd love to have some firsthand experience from some of our listeners.
Yeah, see if you can book Jerry on a Seincast appearance. You know, help us out. What do you guys do all day?
Apparently, they're going to have like this Festivus celebration as well. There's going to be like a little parade of sorts for Seinfeld fans. So I think this is not to be missed. And please let us know how it goes if you make it out to the Cluster Fest. We'll include a link in our show notes. If for whatever reason, that doesn't sell you on it, there are a ton of comedians performing there. Vinny, I'm actually really jealous. The girls from Broad City are doing a live reading of Wayne's World.
Oh, I don't know Broad City, but I know Wayne's World, and that alone would make me sad. I'm missing it.
Yeah, I've been telling you about Broad City for a while now. You should check it out before the new season comes out.
You tell me about so many great shows that are out there, and I just never get around to them, or I get around to them months to years later. So in 2019, I'll be talking about how much I love Broad City.
Well, it's funny. You're better suited for Seinecast because you're more of a rewatcher. You know what I mean? You like to revisit some sitcoms from
one
the 90s.
TV show.
No, man, you're like a big Frasier fan. Everybody Loves Raymond.
Friends, yeah.
Yeah, you like them all. What are you watching now?
I'm rewatching The Office, so 2000s. I branched out of the 90s just a little bit.
Well, something that we mentioned during our Season 7 recap, just briefly, is the upcoming Seinfeld night with the Brooklyn Cyclones. We bring this up pretty much every summer because it's an annual event where the Brooklyn Cyclones invite Seinfeld fans out to celebrate with all these fun like Seinfeld activities there. There's an Elaine dancing contest and I think some sort of like junior mint toss, but the main reason I think to come to these Seinfeld events really is to meet an actor from Seinfeld. Mm-hmm. And who is going to be the guest of honor this year?
None other than Jackie Childs himself, Phil Morris.
Just like when we met Kenny Bania and Jay Peterman, you can grab a photo with him and chat for probably all of 5 seconds.
5 seconds if you can spit out the words you want to say. those are really nice gets that they've been able to have come to the ballpark. No slouches in the Seinfeld universe.
No,
so I'm pretty
all.
impressed that they were able to land Jackie Childs.
Now, there's something else that's, I don't want to say just as cool as the guest, but it is pretty damn cool. And I know you look forward to this each and every year.
Well, Matthew, the bobblehead is the big draw for me. I every year I want to go and I want to further clutter. I want to clusterfest my Boudreaux. Oh God, I've lost it. No, I like collecting those bobbleheads. Even the first year that you went with your wife, I was unable to attend. I got her Keith Hernandez bobblehead, so it's sitting on my dresser, but I have each one from every year since I've attended.
Yeah, so the second year it was a Van Buren Boys theme. So the bobbleheads were Martin Van Buren, and the special one was like a little Jerry rooster.
In a karate gi.
Uh-huh. And then last year, which is the first time you came with your girlfriend Kelly, it was a J. Peterman night, I think. And you have J. Peterman there standing with a broken JFK golf club. And the special bobblehead, which goes great with your Keith Hernandez one, is Roger McDowell, like spitting from the bushes.
Second spitter, Roger McDowell. Yeah, it's kind of neat how they've been able to link the bobbleheads. They got the first Seinfeld night with this most recent one. I wonder if they'll have a special edition, mini bobblehead to relate to somebody else. Maybe it'll be Stephen Corrin with the Van Buren Boys.
Yeah, it seems like with the little Jerry and the Roger McDowell, they like very obscure.
It's like reaching. Tony, the mechanic, will be throwing golf clubs at J. Peterman.
Yeah, you can create like a whole like scene. That would be great. Mm-hmm. Well, this year there will be a Jackie bobblehead. I'm sorry, Jackie Childs bobblehead.
Jackie Bobblechilds.
But we don't know what the other one is yet. That's sort of a surprise. But Vinny, you and I will be there this year. Sans partners.
Yeah, that's right. Just the Bulls this year.
Right now, the only tickets available, I think, are for the Jackie Childs package, which gets you one of those bobbleheads. But I'm sure you can find tickets for that night just in general if you don't want to spend as much money. But yeah, link in our show notes, and we'd love to see you. Let us know if you're coming. Maybe we can, meet up and what is it? Maybe we'll get together, talk about some football.
I was going to say, what a great day for a ball game. Let's play too.
All right. Oh, by the way, that is on Saturday, August 5th this year. August 5th. So link in the show notes. Two things I wanted to bring up too, Vinny, before we move on to this week's episode. Something that a lot of listeners have shared with us, which is fantastic. Never heard about this web series before. It's called Binging with Babish. And it's a cooking show where the host basically attempts to make food, I think, from a movie or a TV show.
It's a genius idea.
Yeah, it's really cool. Really well done. Great production value. And recently he released the first part of a Seinfeld series, and he made wild mushroom soup, muffin tops, and cinnamon babka. So pretty cool. It will include a link in our show notes if anyone wants to maybe try to recreate them or just see some really awesome looking food.
I hope Mulligatawny makes its way into the second episode, because that'd just be a sin not to include it.
Yeah, what is the Seinfeld food that you'd most want to like recreate, for night at home?
It's a good one. It's not my favorite, but the first thing that popped in mind was Kugel.
Kugel.
Was that at Mrs. Zamfino's?
Oh, that's a tough one.
I forget where, but I can't think of one. What do you got?
I don't know. Like, I'm just thinking about some paella maybe, or
how about some chicken, a full bird stuffed with ham, topped with gorgonzola.
Oh boy. Well, link in our show notes if anyone wants to watch Binging with Babish. Looking forward to part 2. One last thing here. Wanted to give a shout out to listeners Dan Port and Brendan Kellum. They answered a question we had last week, which was about Mulva. When she appeared in The Foundation, the first episode of Season 8. Last time we saw her was in Season 4 in the Junior Mint. And we were wondering, is that the biggest gap between, characters to appearances? Exactly. And we're not counting the finale, because so many characters show up in that. Do you know what character Dan and Brendan came up with?
I think I peeked on the Facebook page. Was it Mike Moffat?
You peeked.
I peeked.
It was Mike Moffat. Yeah.
Now, what episode are they? They're talking about the parking space, right?
Yeah, parking space at the end of season 3.
Mm-hmm. And then he reappears in the Susie.
Yes, later on this season.
Okay, so that's 3 to 8. Because I found one, not really found, but we stumbled upon one that's going to be in today's episode, who appears first in season 3, then she comes back in season 5, and then she comes back today. So she's got some gaps, but not as big as Mike Moffat.
I'm panicking right now because I don't know who you're talking about.
You know who it is. They all know. We'll get there, don't worry.
Oh, yeah, okay, I got it.
Oh, there it is.
So once again, shout out to Dan and Brendan for getting Mike Moffat. And if any
those guys are watching the Watchers.
If any listeners want to argue that there's a character that's, showed up maybe in season 1 and 2, I don't know. Let us know. But I think Mike Moffat is the character to. How do you explain this? He's the character with like the longest gap.
The longest gap between appearances.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
His first and then his second one spanned 5 seasons.
Right.
You can't beat that.
Vinny, let's move on to this week's episode. What do we got?
We are discussing the second episode of season 8, The Soulmate, written by Peter Melman, directed by Andy Ackerman, and originally aired September 26th, 1996.
Do you believe in soulmates, Vinny?
I did when I was younger. Not so much when I'm older. Having said that, I do believe I have found the girl for me. But I don't know this notion of soulmates. Not so much.
Yeah, the idea that there is just one person out there for you.
She'd move on. She'd find somebody else if she got me out of the picture.
Yeah, I'm in complete agreement. When I was a kid, definitely believed, especially every time I fell in love with a girl, I'm like, she's for me. I know right away. No, but I believe like, oh my God, I'm meant to be with this person. Yep. And it made it all the more painful when she wanted nothing to do with me.
Yeah, get lost, bozo. I've uttered the phrase, we're soulmates, to people when I was younger.
Oh, really?
What a doofus I was. But Kelly can bring home the bacon and fry to the pan.
I agree. Sorry. Is that it? Can I say that?
Yeah.
As a friend? Like,
that's my girlfriend.
Right on. Well, we don't have much trivia to discuss this week. Figured we could, bring up one thing at the end of the episode. There is a little...
slate?
Yeah, slate of a crew member who passed away on Seinfeld between season 7 and 8 over the summer. His name was Victor Wayne Harris.
The interesting thing about Victor Wayne Harris, though, he was the assistant prop manager on Seinfeld. You'll see him in some bloopers, kind of walk into a shot, adjust something, and then walk out. But all viewers will know him. He appeared as a crew member in the pilot episode in season 4. And he also appeared in The Wigmaster. He's the guy who whispers into the Jiffy Park attendant's ear, "You can't get your car out."
Right. Possibly that guy is about to use it, or he's just monitoring the situation. Yeah, it's funny. I actually know him best from the bloopers, because when a character would screw up and, they have to set up for another take, you might see him pop in and, readjust something for continuity or, whatever reason. So, yeah, Victor Wayne Harris. Well, Vinny, let's move on to our opening scene here. I've got a Matt moment for you right out the gate.
Oh, boy.
I didn't realize how this cold open and, most future cold opens are essentially stand-up, just between two characters.
Matt, you ignorant slut. You magnificent bastard. I had the exact same notes saying George just is the tool to set Jerry up so that he can go off into a bit. And he's doing a bit here about prison and using your toenail as a shiv.
Exactly. And
it's the exact same thing, which is genius. But because it's totally unrelated to the plot of the show, they can cut it for syndication, which is kind of why they shifted from – one of the reasons why they shifted from stand-ups to cold opens.
So they can what?
Cut it. Cut it. Would you stop signing?
Well, I want to get to the prison thing real quick, but I love the image of George, biting his fingernails and being so proud that he can bite them so evenly. Yep. Because it's gross, but my wife and I talk about this a lot because I have a habit of biting my fingernails and she hates it. She's strictly a clipper person, and I never got used to the clippers. I never liked them. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. This just sort of reminded me of a married life. Oh.
Do you spit them at her when you guys are talking?
Oh, God, no. I'm not like that. I definitely throw them away.
Okay, that's nice.
Yeah. What about you, though? Are you a clipper man?
I'm a clipper man. I gotta say, though, I don't know if other people's fingernails are super elastic, but when I clip my nails, they just go flying or bounce, all over the place. Exactly. So I always had to put my glasses on when I clip my fingernails.
And what's cool about this opening scene here, it kind of carries over, throughout the episode.
Oh, you got that straight.
And I used to think, once again, the cold opens were just totally random, had nothing to do with the episode. But yeah, I'm kind of digging this.
Yeah, this is a very good start to, shifting away from stand-up and doing a cold open. I like this one, too.
Now, let's talk about the big thing in this scene, which is this talk about prison. And Jerry saying how the big toe is kind of like or the toenail is more like a weapon. You let it grow out. It could be a shiv. And then you get this weird dialogue at the end of the scene where George is like, I love prison.
It is fascinating.
Someday. Which is just, it's weird on its own, but it's really weird when you think about where the show goes in the finale.
The foreshadowing, the unforetold ending, yes, that Larry David conceived of. This had nothing to do with it, and yet you go back and rewatch it, and it totally maps out what's going to happen to our Fab Four here.
I got really excited, I think, in season... I don't remember it. It's the scene where George is like to Jerry...
You're talking about the deal?
Oh, yeah, you better call her.
When they're talking about, Elaine is it as it gets. What happens if we bump into her in 5 years? She's married. We'd have to kill him. You go to prison, I get the chair. And George goes, I'd have to wear that heavy denim, Mm-hmm. And they slop that food on your plate in the cafeteria. So he's not a fan of prison then, but now he seems to long for it.
Mm-hmm. It's very odd, but...
Very.
Anyways.
Now, did you also notice we got a little more big toe talk?
Oh, like the captain of the toe?
The captain of the toes!
The coup d'etat.
Yeah, there it is.
All right, next scene, we are at the foundation. The board has asked George to find a poem about Susan. Would be nice, for the foundation literature. Does George have a favorite poet?
I like Fleming.
Pardon?
Fleming.
I like that you say Flebman, because that's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
But in the script, it's Flavman?
To Flav. Yeah, I don't know who Flavman is, but it's the Fleming.
Can you remember the other mention of Fleming?
I was trying to think about other George bits when he's done this.
And I think we talked about this in that scene and also said it was Flavman. And
okay.
A lot of listeners were like, I don't hear that. But
now, okay, so forgive me because I'm not recalling that exact moment. So let's talk about that, and then I have a couple other things that relate to this. So what are you thinking?
Sorry, I'm moving around a lot. I'm thinking of the sponge in the car, and Susan's like, you don't know what I use for birth control, do you?
Yes. Okay. She uses the Fleming.
That, and then there's another mention of it, I think, in the Van Buren Boys.
Now, Jerry is going to do something similar where he refers to the Mark Fardman chest of drawers as, the Fleckman. Fardman, right.
All right, so anything FL, a few letters, min.
Well, yes, seemingly, but it also will rear its head in the Van Buren Boys, which is kind of fitting because we're in the foundation. Mm-hmm. Stephen Corrin is applying for a scholarship, and who's your favorite chess player? Najal?
Oh, that's what I'm thinking of. Okay, yeah.
So so there's that, and then it got me thinking. Remember when George was applying for a job with Pendant, and who do you read?
Mike, is it Lupica?
Lupica. And then he's forced to lie and say, "I like art Vandelay, beatnik, village rider. So this has become like a little bit of a recurring bit for George to, be put on the spot and have to say something intellectual or prove he's intellectual, and he has to lie through his teeth.
Similar to the, La Cocina?
Oh, yes. Pepe!
Oh, Pepe. Well, now, Wick does something here which kind of kicks off the episode. He tells George, you should choose the poem, George, since you knew Susan best at the time of her unfortunate accident.
What's that?
Yeah, George is, what? What's up with that throat clear? And we find out later at Monk's, George is convinced that Wick's throat clear implies doubt. He thinks that George killed Susan.
Oh, help me, Rhonda.
If anyone's curious, because I don't think this is really common knowledge, probably our older listeners are going to roll their eyes, but Help Me Rhonda is a Beach Boys song.
From the 60s, man! I went back and listened to it. I saw the black and white video. They're all dressed in the same outfits.
Suits,
it was good.
Well, Jerry's going to meet up with his girlfriend Pam, who works at a Brentano's bookstore. Relationship is going okay. He's just not gaga yet. Which, I have another question for you, Vinny. Have you ever been gaga?
I am now.
Oh. Also,
No, I am now, though.
Oh. Seriously. Is gaga the same as being in love?
I don't think love... Well, I guess in the way they're maybe trying to present it here, possibly. But when I hear gaga, I think of like, man, I am just so smitten and so over the moon for this person. You're just really excited about it. But I don't think it necessarily means love.
Where does crazy fall in between gaga and love? Or is
I'm crazy about her.
Or is it before gaga?
Ooh, that's tough. One could argue they're almost interchangeable, but I think crazy is more loosely thrown around, which probably loses a little bit of his meaning. So I would say gaga is just a squink or two ahead of crazy.
Okay, I kind of agree with you, but I would switch them around. I think they're close, but I don't know. Gaga seems just so light, I guess.
Okay.
But anyways.
I want to talk about a little throwaway joke here that has no purpose, but right after "Oh Help Me Rhonda," George says, "What time is it?"
1:15.
Right now. That joke, little joke. It's something that feels very post Larry, very after David. Do you agree with that?
I like that term, by the way. AD after David. Yeah.
You want to continue that throughout the series?
Sure. And what should BC be? Or what should it... forget it.
And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that is actually a Yogi Berra quote, or at least a lot of people credit him with that. You ask somebody what the time is, and they go, "You mean now?"
Really?
One of his little yogiisms. He was known for that.
Huh. That's funny.
Yeah. That's funny.
Did I ever tell you that my friend Brad almost hit Yogi Berra with his car?
Really?
Yeah.
Well, he is a tiny man.
Yeah. Didn't he pass away recently?
Did.
Yeah. He I live in Montclair, New Jersey, and a nearby university has a Yogi Berra stadium or something like that, or some sort of exhibit for him. And my buddy Brad was driving through campus once, and it was raining, and he saw this person come out of nowhere, this old man crossing the street, and he hit his brakes, and it was Yogi Berra, apparently.
Wow. Okay. Well, this is one of those instances where I'm glad I'm not Brad.
Yeah. I'm not Brad.
Thank you.
All right. Meanwhile, Elaine is having some friends over, and all of them have kids now, and we get a really interesting moment here. As Jerry and George leave, Jerry asks, by the way, for the record...
No, I did not!
Another Matt moment here. What is the joke? What is going on here?
Well, Matthew...
As they leave.
We're under the impression that everybody knew, in George's circle, and why would they even think that he killed Susan? So this is Jerry... confirming what he was. Jerry was even a little suspicious. Just for the record, you didn't kill Susan, right?
Right. So we're coming kind of back to the beginning of the scene, even though we've moved on to talking about Pam and Elaine and whatnot.
But it is quite funny, though. Even George's best friend, who knows him inside and out, is unsure. Did you buy those invitations on purpose? Like, well, how come you weren't licking those invitations?
Makes total sense, and I think most of our listeners wonder where I'm going with this, but I saw this episode at a very young age, and I didn't understand that joke then, and just, over the years it kind of permeated, and I never really fully grasped it. And even today, I was wondering, could it have something to do with all these people having kids? Like Jerry telling George, by the way, did you ever have a kid or get someone pregnant?
No way.
Okay, I'm so sorry.
They've already talked about that too. Like, what if I told you I never impregnated a woman?
Oh, yeah.
That was when they had that discussion. This is nowhere near that.
Well, that was Kramer, but still, yeah. And my
Jerry
boys
said
can
those records are permanently sealed.
Yeah, it's just, isn't it weird how some things just never really click when you're a kid, and over the years you just never, I don't know, I just never really thought about it, and now I'm ready to accept the truth.
You ain't just whistling Dixie.
But let's move over to Elaine's apartment. We're going to get a great scene here with some friends. You got Gail, Lisa, and good old Carol.
Carol, of Mike and Carol fame.
But because it comes out of your baby, it smells good.
Well, that's sweet.
Being a mother has made me feel so beautiful.
Elaine, you gotta have a baby.
Oh, hey, I had a piece of whitefish over at Barney Greengrass the other day.
Elaine.
And I
Move to Long Island and have a baby already?
really like the city.
The city's a toilet. When's the last time you saw my little Adam?
It was in the Hamptons.
Ah,
right.
I have pictures.
Oh, no, that's okay. It's
Look at him. Just look at him.
That's Lisa Mendy returning as Carol. We first saw her in The Boyfriend, as you said, season 3. She then came back in The Hamptons, season 5, and now she returns in season 8 for The Soulmate, as well as we'll see her in one more episode, The English Patient. So she's another one that's kind of been there for all 3 trilogies of Seinfeld.
And that's some good connective tissue, I think, because we're moving into that, or an AD now, right?
Yep.
it helps the more characters you can get, I think, from those earlier seasons.
Yep, agreed. If anything, the writers should have let's go back to the well and bring all these people back. So you got Lisa Mendy. Then you have an actress named Jill Holden who plays Lisa, although the script says Gail. But when I was matching up the pictures on IMDb with the actresses on the show, Jill Holden plays Lisa, even though the script says Gail.
Okay.
She's the one who says, being a mother has made me feel so beautiful. She's in The Soulmate and The English Patient. And then you have Jill Talley, who plays Gail. She was in The Soulmate and The English Patient. And she was also in Sour Grapes. She played Lois.
Right on.
And tons of voice work this actress does. She is the voice of Karen on SpongeBob.
Who's Karen?
I don't know.
Okay.
Among other voice roles as well.
Oh, very cool. I love the expanding universe here with more of Elaine's friends, especially friends she doesn't like.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of people can relate to that. Mm-hmm. One of my favorite bits of trivia, and I love this quote and how it comes back, is, I had a piece of whitefish over at Barney Greengrass the other day.
Yep. That's a single woman quote to a bunch of mothers.
Yeah, I just love the whitefish at Barney Greengrass. And how great is it, too, to get a return of Adam, the ugly baby.
Adam. Yeah, he previously was breathtaking in The Hamptons. And forgive me, was Adam the same baby in the Boyfriend episode that looked like Lyndon Johnson?
No, that was another baby, and we can assume that, Adam has another sibling.
Oh, another. Okay.
But
oof, what a family.
Yeah.
Woof.
Oh, one other line I love here. This is my thing. I like to just requote lines.
Let's do it, baby. That's what we're here for.
When Elaine's like, I really like the city.
The city's a toilet.
Love that.
She's great.
Yeah. Oh, man. All right, let's cut over to the street. And you got to love the start of the scene. Jerry is about to tell George about this piece of whitefish Elaine had the other day.
Nice. And George doesn't even pay any attention to Jerry.
He interrupts him just like the other women do. George is still thinking about Wick. So Jerry suggests George pull a Jerry Lewis trick. How does this work?
When he left a meeting, he'd purposefully leave a briefcase with a tape recorder in it. Then after 5 minutes, he'd come back in and listen to what everybody said about him.
That's pretty paranoid.
Yes, it is.
I like it.
Thought you might.
The first mention, I think, of Jerry Lewis.
Yeah.
I always think of him with the cufflinks.
Also, the same name. Jerry. One other interesting thing to note from this scene, there was a little piece of deleted dialogue in which Jerry mentioned how much he disliked the name Pam, and George suggested a new name for her, which was Albacore. And Jerry says, for a girl? So the only reason I want to bring that up is because of George's, fondness for, I guess, unique names from the 7 episode, but Albacore is another name we can add to the list.
Albacore.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I know it as the tuna. That's it.
So that's crazy. Jerry doesn't like the name Pam.
Yeah.
Which I guess kind of pays off later since he's like, oh, I think I do.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah, that does relate.
Can you think of another, not Pam, but Pamela on Seinfeld? This is tricky.
Ooh, Pamela. Is she a girlfriend or something else?
She is not a girlfriend. She is a friend.
Friend Pamela. Now, is it? It's not the woman who goes, "It's the '90s."
Oh no, yeah,
is that her?
You know what? Shoot, I hope it's not her. I'm thinking of someone from pretty early on in the series, very early.
What, Elaine's friend when she got the apartment?
Even before that.
Oh, Sagman Bennett Robbins Oppenheim Taft?
Yeah, not Vanessa. The other one.
No, but at that dinner party.
Happy birthday.
That's a double dipper, isn't she?
Yeah, she is a double dipper.
All right.
She was in the. When does Kramer go to L.A.? The Keys.
Yeah.
She is this drugged out chick in the back of a van.
So come with us, Kramer.
Yeah. I'd stab him. Yeah, same woman.
Oh, nice.
Anyways, let's move over to Jerry's apartment. There's Kramer just hanging out when a woman stops by looking for
a woman. She went out with a boyfriend, Boogie.
This is Pam, and Kramer is speechless. He has no speech. And when Jerry arrives, eventually they head out for a movie, and Pam kind of touches Kramer's hands when she leaves, like, it was really nice meeting you. And he's just, in love.
He smells his hand. It's so warm to him.
I didn't really describe the scene all that well, but something about it felt kind of weird, right? When they have the shot of Kramer, seeing Pam and really falling in love, it looks really blown out, almost like in the edit they pushed in on him.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
To isolate him more. Like, you don't really see Pam on the left side, and Kramer looks just kind of out of focus. And sure enough, that's what they did in post-production. They wanted to, I don't know, emphasize that moment more. Because I guess if you were too far back, you wouldn't really read that.
Well, the script description of the scene starts off with Kramer is thunderstruck. So I think that's probably what they were going for.
Mm-hmm. You definitely buy it, right? Like, he's not being weird Kramer. He is. And he's not being flirty Kramer either. He's just.
It's genuine, like, attraction, but wholesome, like a wholesome connection to somebody. It's love at first sight, but in a very wholesome way, which I actually wrote that in my notes that you don't see that too often from Seinfeld characters, because usually there's some sort of angle or motive. Maybe that's what you're into, Seinfeld. But yeah, this is a heartfelt moment where Kramer has love at first sight with somebody.
Good stuff.
Pam is played by actress Kim Myers, and quite the scream queen we have here. She was in A Nightmare on Elm Street, Hellraiser 4, The Sitter, which is also a horror movie. But let me ask you, Matt, does Kim Myers, actress who plays Pam, does she got a little Kate Blanchett thing going on mixed with that girl from the Truman Show going on?
Oh, yeah, I know who you're talking about. I'm going to throw a third one in the mix, and it's the one I've always thought she looked like, a young Meryl Streep.
Ah, phony baloney Meryl Streep. Okay. Can I put a request in? To add more work to your... You know what I'm going to ask? More work to pile on top? Excuse me. Can we do a side-by-side of Kim Myers, Cate Blanchett, Natasha McElhone, and Meryl Streep to see who wore it best?
For sure. I want to nix Cate Blanchett, though. I don't see that really at all. But I'll throw them in there. Go
ahead. You
mentioned Nightmare on Elm Street, and I just wanted to give a shout out to that movie. Actually, it's Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Freddy's Revenge. I first saw this episode when I was 12, and that was around the time I was getting into slasher films, like from the 80s and stuff. And I remember watching Nightmare on Elm Street 2 and seeing her, and I'm like, oh my God, that's the same girl.
It's Pam.
But just a side note to any horror fans out there, the first 3 Freddy movies are great in their own unique way, but 2 in particular, dude, is insane. It needs to be on How Did This Get Made? It's such a bizarre movie. It's basically, and I don't mean to spoil it because I think it's more fun to watch it and then learn what the movie is really about and then rewatch it. It's sort of about like a boy who is gay and he's kind of like coming out. Like it's sort of like a coming out movie, but
so progressive.
It's not though. It doesn't come off that way the first time you watch it.
Is Freddy the gay boy?
There's a lot of gay stuff with Freddy because he's possessing this teenager, and it's all about like this man that's inside me and coming out, and
The Man Inside Me by Tobias Funke.
But Kim Myers plays the girlfriend.
Oh, nice.
You know, she still posts about it and stuff. So, anywho, let's move over to Newman's apartment here.
I'm in trouble, buddy. I just met a woman.
Go on.
Well, she's Jerry's girlfriend.
Ah, yes. Forbidden love.
She works in a bookshop. Her name is Pam.
Pam. I don't know the woman, but she sounds quite fetching.
I can't even speak in front of her.
Jerry! What could she possibly see in Jerry?
She has delicate beauty.
Jerry wouldn't know delicate beauty if it bludgeoned him over the head.
And yet, he's my friend.
And therein lies the tragedy. For I believe, sadly for you, that there is but one woman meant for each of us. One perfect angel for whom we are put on this earth.
Oh, that's beautiful, Newman.
One winsome tulip we ceaselessly yearn for throughout our dreary workaday lives. And you, my friend, have found your angel. I can tell, for my heart has also been captured by a breathless beauty, whom I fear I will never possess.
I thought we were talking about me.
Oh, right. Kramer, you have to confront Jerry.
Confront Jerry? I can't.
You must.
I won't.
You will.
You got to bring in Newman, right, for this sort of.
Got to. Yeah. He's not a protege, but more of a he's Kramer's wingman.
Mm-hmm.
Wayne Knight lost a little weight. Looks good.
Oh yeah, I guess he has.
Looking taut. Now we get a mention of Newman longing for someone. We don't know who yet, but can you sense? I mean, spoiler alert, we know where it's going. But does anybody, when you were watching this, did you know who he was talking about?
I thought we were talking about me. I don't think so. I don't think in this first scene. It's not until later where it all comes together. But
and there's no previous mention or exchange to suggest that Newman would start to have feelings in this manner.
Right. So we're beating around the bush. Newman is apparently in love with Elaine. And this has been going on, it seems like probably for a while.
Yeah.
They've shared a few scenes together. I don't really note any moment where it would have really, clicked.
Well, Matthew, Wayne Knight stated in an interview. I keep calling you Matthew today. I don't know what's wrong with me. But Wayne Knight stated in an interview that he believes that Newman first had had googly eyes for Elaine when he saw her Christmas card.
Oh my God. So he saw a nipple and he's like, I'm in love.
He's been pining over that nipple for the past 4 years now.
Oh my God. I mean, that's the only one that makes sense, really. They got kind of cozy in the engagement, maybe.
The exchange that I always think of is, here, sweetheart, here's a quarter. Go buy yourself some coffee or something. So him treating her like as if you would treat George or Jerry. So I didn't pick up on any type of attraction, but I guess it will grow here today. And
maybe he was just kind of playing it cool, and
yeah,
you want
maybe he lost the weight. He's feeling confident, now he's going to finally go after her. So maybe he was keeping it to the vest.
And it kind of seems like a joke with, Newman being like, oh, he's so out of, Elaine's league, but he did date Margaret, and
that's true.
He gets that supermodel, but
got that straight.
But that was a birthday wish, so maybe it was higher power.
Put an asterisk next to that one.
And what's kind of weird is Elaine finds out that Newman, I think, has a crush on her because remember I think it's the reverse peephole, she kind of seduces him.
Newmy. Yeah, she uses it to her advantage.
But it's possible she doesn't know at that point. But
she's going to know at the end of the episode. She'll know that Newman has a crush on her.
Do you think?
Yeah, because he says, "I did it for you."
Oh, okay, because I always read that as she's like, "Wait, what?"
But I'm sure they're going to talk about it later at the coffee shop.
Oh yeah,
you just don't see it.
Good point. Maybe we could write some fan fiction.
To the Idiomobile.
Or not. Great scene here though with Newman and Kramer. Love anytime the characters have to bring in Newman. Like, we need your help. Who owns the bike? Help us get rid of this dog. Mm-hmm. But who knew that Newman was such a poet?
He's quite loquacious.
Mm-hmm. I think he just does such a great job. Every scene he's in this week, it's fantastic.
And there's the nice visual gag of him stepping over Kramer, and he steps on his foot. They both jump, and we'll see that in the next scene with them too.
Well, it's great since Newman kind of walks all around his apartment. We get some nice angles, and I picked out some set decoration, which has changed quite a bit since season 6. Okay. Newman's apartment seems a bit cleaner, less cluttered. But
he's taking care of himself now.
There are some cool props here. I love there's this old timey like exercise machine. Do you know the one with the strap around your hips, and it'll just shake you?
So. Is that where the guy gets shot in the stomach with a bowling ball?
No, you know what I'm talking about. It's like from the 30s, and
yeah.
I guess the fat would just fall off. One of those. There's a lot of framed pictures of food. Like
naturally
butter. I think there's a burger. There's a framed collection of stamps, which ties in with the whole postal office.
Oh, there you go. Isn't there like a traffic sign by his door?
Yeah, there. I think it's like a taxi sign or something.
Yeah. Okay.
But I thought one of the funniest ones is on the top shelf of a really tall bookshelf. It looks like a foot bath, like something you'd put your feet in.
Ah.
And it reminds me of that time. Doesn't Kramer tell a story where he's like, what fell into the foot bath?
Oh, he's preparing. He's cutting some vegetables. I forget what they are.
And then they fall into my food bath or foot bath.
Food bath.
It becomes a food bath after, yeah.
No, but isn't there a scene where Newman is soaking his feet? He's got his pants rolled up.
Oh, maybe was that in the calzone? Or
I'm blanking.
Like, I don't work in the rain. No.
But I remember him. Oh, doesn't he say, "Oh, my cocoa"?
Yeah, that. But I thought the whole foot bath tied into Kramer with like, I bought some Bunyan stories from Newman.
No, but that story is there. But I seem to. Am I envisioning this? Did this not happen?
Yeah, it sounds.
I could have sworn he's got his pants rolled up and his feet are in the bath, so that we actually see the bath. But that's great that it's still there. It tracks.
Yeah, tracks. Do you know what that was?
I know.
Okay.
Marty McFly, Junior, Senior.
Let's cut over to a newsstand. Here's a scene we never really get. You got Jerry, Elaine, and George at a newsstand, and George can't find the poetry magazines, and this is when Elaine's like, hey, try the New Yorker.
Yes, the New Yorker.
There's something there, right? With
Yeah.
the pig cartoon. All right. Anyways, meanwhile, Elaine is complaining, about her friends, the women from earlier, how, they say you gotta have a baby. Just because she can doesn't mean she wants to. And Jerry adds this whole fact about the mollusk going from Alaska to Chile just for a shot at another mollusk. You think you're any better?
Yes, I think I am better than the mollusk.
I like that idea of like a little, what are they, like snails kind of?
Yeah.
Looking at another mollusk, like trying to ask it out.
You think you're better than me?
This all leads to this guy at the newsstand. He's overhearing the conversation, and he joins in just to say that he completely agrees with Elaine. All this talk that you have to have a baby.
Yeah, like you must procreate.
Besides, anyone can do it.
Oh, it's been done to death. I really enjoy flirty Elaine. She usually makes a joke, gives a big smile, and then she kind of tilts her head to the side. And she does that to a T here when she meets Kevin.
Yes, Kevin. His first of 2 appearances.
Yeah, this is Tim DeKay, and I love this actor. He's been in a lot of good stuff. We're going to see him come back in the Bizarro Jerry. He will, of course, he's the titular character of the episode. He plays the Bizarro Jerry. And then he was in a show that I recently watched, White Collar, one of those USA, I call it cookie cutter shows, because they're all kind of, you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah, it's Burn Notice.
Yeah, exactly. Suits.
Suits.
But I watched this with my girlfriend, and I actually really enjoyed it. Matt Bomer and Tim DeKay are the main characters. But it's a really good show. He was also in Swordfish, Carnival, and then he worked with Julia in New Adventures of Old Christine on 3 episodes.
Very cool.
So big fan of Tim DeKay.
Yeah, he's great. I can't wait to talk about him next week. He's got some more interesting material in that episode for sure.
And his character is like a bit of a goofball. Like we see a little bit of it here, and then as the episode goes on, we're gonna get more of it. But it's nice to see and they're not really presenting him as a Jerry clone just yet. But it's nice to you know where it's going. That this guy's kind of like a goofy version of Jerry.
Yeah,
but I like that.
He is odd because as Elaine goes on, she's like, "Are you telling me the truth? Like, what's your MO here?" But he's just kind of like, "Oh,
I always do this."
Yeah, exactly. Just like, oh boy.
He's very Magoo.
Yeah, very Magoo. All right, let's cut over to the foundation. George is putting on an act for the board here, pretends he's having one of his difficult days since Susan died. He's haunted by one word. What is that one word?
Why? Why, Susan? Why wasn't it me licking those invitations? Why am I still here? Well, I gotta run.
Gotta go. Now, the whole time George is, putting on this act, he's slowly and awkwardly putting his briefcase under the table, to record the group. But I never noticed that you can clearly hear him start the tape.
Click.
At the beginning, yeah. Mm-hmm. I guess another Matt moment, but I never noticed that.
When you watch your episodes now, do you listen to them with headphones or do you listen to them regular?
Oh, yeah, headphones all the way.
Yeah. I only bring that up because when you listen with headphones, you hear a lot of things that you normally wouldn't hear if you're watching on television or through computer speakers. So I highly recommend, because you'll hear things like the tape recorder starting, but there's also little subtle things that are kind of neat.
Mm-hmm, for sure. So George leaves, very upset, and we cut to him just standing outside for a few minutes.
Eating his nails again.
And he comes back in sheepishly to, grab his briefcase. And I never noticed this before, but I love how he holds it flat.
Well, yeah, there's a delicate electronic device in there.
But even I think when he arrives at Jerry's, it's still flat.
That there is something to talk about, because that means it's still recording. Like, he didn't even open it and when he left the office.
Right. Just take it out.
Yeah. You big dingbat.
Anyways, at Monk's here, Elaine and this guy Kevin are grabbing some lunch, still talking about not having kids, and how Elaine is still a good humanitarian.
You are doing a wonderful job, by the way. Thanks a lot. I like this Elaine.
Yeah, it just feels like Elaine has a little more optimism in her. You know, like end of season 7, she just seems so. Actually, most of season 7, she seemed to be in a real rut.
I agree. Going after a married man. Now she's job going well. Wait, she's the head of the company now, right?
She is. You'd think she'd be a little more busy, but
yeah. She got a new hairdo. She just met a nice guy.
Yeah. Kramer walks by, and Elaine waves him over. He's got some chocolate on his face.
Oh, yeah. I just had 2 double fudge sundaes.
Are you all right?
Yeah, I'll be okay.
Elaine says that, Jerry has a double fudge sundae every time he bombs on stage. And Kramer, it feels like he just pulls this out of nowhere. I'm sure he'll be sharing his next one with Pam. It's like, whoa.
Well, that's what he's thinking about. That's what he's got on the mind right now, so it makes sense.
I know, but just take that away. Doesn't it seem very aggressive?
Oh, I see what you're saying, yes. Well, he's bitter.
Yeah. And Elaine disagrees, though, saying it won't last because Jerry isn't Gaga.
I keep wanting to do the Bette Midler sound, like Kramer excitement.
Let's cut over to Jerry's apartment, and George arrives with that briefcase, very excited that Jerry Lewis's trick worked. But before checking the tape, he notices that his briefcase has been damaged. Lock is broken too, and he manages to open it and checks the tape for a possible clue. Now, before we move into the clip, what do you think about this interesting joke of just George rewinding a tape and standing there in silence?
The only thing I really took away from it was it's very annoying that you couldn't have rewound this before you came to my house. You got to do this here and waste my time. That's kind of what I took away from it.
Well, it reminded me of something Peter Melman said a few years back about how Seinfeld was great because you could really take advantage of silence, and that's just something that isn't really something the network would be down with.
Time is precious, you're right.
And I timed it. It's 18 seconds of them just standing there.
Really? Okay.
Right, so
it makes for a good joke, so it was well executed silence.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I just thought that was interesting, especially in season 8, when I think things move a lot quicker. There's a lot more jokes crammed in there that we'd have this long, awkward pause. Speaking of Peter Melman,
This is a Peter Melman episode. I watching it, I got nothing that felt Peter Melman about it. What do you think? Except for this mention of like this usage of pausing, that makes me think a little bit of Peter Melman in his style. But everything else, I'm just like, this is a season 8 episode,
right?
Not a Melman.
Well, the friend in love with a friend's girlfriend feels kind of Melman-ish, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Melman-y.
But yeah, I know what you mean. I was actually surprised finding out this is a Melman episode. Not that it's bad, it's great. There's just none of those, oh, that's something he does.
There's no coined phrase, for one.
Or any kind of body enhancement, with the nose job, the implant. Anyways, let's move into this clip here. We're going to hear what was on the tape and when Kramer bursts into the apartment.
Did anyone notice George's fingernails?
Oh my, yes. They look like they were eaten away by weevils.
Come in here. Open the window. Hey, what are you doing?
Dear God.
Is that it?
It stopped dead.
What do you make of it?
I don't know.
Jerry, can we talk?
Kind of busy here.
I'd like to talk to Jerry in private.
Why can't I stay?
Because it doesn't concern you.
Well, if it doesn't concern me, then I can stay.
So, what's on your mind?
It's Pam.
Pam? What about Pam?
I love her, Jerry.
You what? I love her. Is that right?
Oh, she's real. She can bring home the bacon and fry it in the pan.
What does that mean?
Oh, and that voice.
What about her name?
Pam? Oh, it's a beautiful name. Pam? Pam? Pam!
She's got really nice hair.
Oh, it's incredible. Although I might replace her tortoise clip with one of those velvet scrunchies. I love those.
You've got really specific tastes.
Oh, I know what I want, Jerry.
She's got nice calves.
Oh, she's a dreamboat. But you don't like hers.
Maybe I could. You're making some pretty good points.
No, you can't, Jerry.
But I might.
Oh, no, you don't.
Why not? The voice, the calves, the bacon?
What?
I think I can. I even like the name. Pam. Pam. Pam.
Dear
So
God.
it's so dramatic. Whatever's happened in that office just then.
Oh, I don't want to say I hate it, but it is just very frustrating because what you hear on the tape does not match Wick's explanation later. Yeah,
actually happens. Yeah, it's funny. It's like over the top soap opera kind of acting.
Mm-hmm. I do like the line about his fingernails. They look like they were eaten away by weevils.
Yes, that's a good one. So that joke from the cold open, or at least the cold open, actually does rear its head again, which is kind of nice.
Right. And George kind of like looks ashamed when he hears that.
Oh,
He's
yes,
like, oh,
yeah.
man.
I think he has his hands up, and then he, subtly puts them into his pockets.
Yeah. But let's talk about this bombshell here. Kramer tells Jerry, I'm in love with Pam. And he, I don't know, unintentionally gets Jerry to feel the same way about her. But that first line, which you used earlier, is a great one. Not only can she bring home the bacon, but she can fry it in the pan.
My favorite quote from that scene is it's a beautiful name. Pam. Pam. Pam! Like, for him to actually, yell at her, but still love the name. I really adore that.
I think it's a fine name. Yeah, I don't understand this whole, what about that name?
I think people's, aversion to names is you have an association with that name, and if it's negative, you're not going to like the name. So I was never a huge fan of the name Pam, because I didn't really know any Pams, but then watching Pam on The Office made me, now I'm a Pam fan.
Pam fan.
Pam fan. Pam.
My favorite part, though, of this whole, Kramer scene is when, he's after, Pam, he's sitting on the couch and he's already making plans. He's like, I might replace her tortoise clip with one of those velvet scrunchies. I love that. Yeah. I know what I want, Jerry. That confidence. And he's just so giddy. He's like, ooh, I want to just change this little thing.
And she's like a car or a house.
Yeah. I'll tweak this, change that.
But you got to commend Kramer for coming to Jerry to tell him, hey, I have feelings for your girl, as opposed to trying to steal her away. He's doing the respectable thing, right?
Yeah, I think so, especially knowing that Jerry isn't into her.
Right.
This is sort of connects with not the ex-girlfriend. George dated someone, then Jerry dates her because they'd already broken up.
Correct.
But yeah,
there's no other precedent here.
There's probably some comparisons you could make, but it kind of seems like a crappy thing to do. Don't you think? If we were in this situation, I would.
Oh, you mean for Jerry? What Jerry does is crappy?
Yeah, if I wasn't really into a girl that I'm seeing, and you come up to me and confess your love for her,
right? I
would kind of find a way to.
You would step back and
be break things off.
I clearly don't have a connection with her, but Vinny does. Yeah,
right.
Of course.
So Jerry doing this kind of, even though it might be genuine, it kind of seems sort of shitty on Jerry's part.
Yeah, but it is a sitcom and it's a funny premise. So
get Peter Melman on the horn.
One last thing, George is in this scene, and as you know, and if it doesn't concern me, I can stay. And Kramer drags him into the hallway and shuts the door in his face, which kind of reminded me of Newman pushing Elaine out the door in the shower head, which I did reference earlier.
That's a good point.
So all these jokes are just recycled. What a crappy show.
We get an act break, and we're in Newman's apartment. Newman hears that Jerry wants Pam more than ever now.
Blast!
And he's still going to help Kramer. He won't let his love go unrequited. Not like his.
What, again with you?
Love
Newman's
that.
getting no respect from both Kramer and later on Jerry.
It's great. I always loved this Newman line. I remember it from the Chronicle clip show where he says, "Love is a spice with many tastes, a dizzying array of textures and moments." I don't know. I like that.
I see him kind of like wearing a sport jacket and like just slunking down on the arm of a couch to say that line.
Or having a really long nose, maybe. Kramer wishes he could speak like that to Pam, and once again, you know where this is going. But first,
say it like Kramer.
You know where this is going. Let's cut over to Monk's. Elaine is sitting with George, which is kind of like a rare, moment. But they're sitting in a booth, and she's hearing the recording with some headphones.
Well, I hear 3 distinct sounds. A low rumple, followed by a metallic squink,
Yes, I heard the squink.
followed by a mysterious glonk.
It's a real baffler, isn't it?
Well, one question does come to mind. Have you considered just asking him what happened to the briefcase?
They would never tell me, Elaine. First of all, they probably think that I killed Susan. Besides, I don't even think they like me.
That Pam, I am gaga over her.
Gaga? When did that happen?
Yesterday, 6-ish.
Well, maybe we should double. I'm pretty gaga myself.
You just met the guy yesterday.
Yeah, but we have a common goal.
A barren, sterile existence that ends when you die?
Yeah.
And you really believe this guy doesn't want to have kids?
Yeah, of course.
Elaine, a guy will say anything to get a woman.
Oh, please, he wouldn't say that.
Elaine, I once told a woman that I coined the phrase, pardon my French.
I once told a woman I don't eat cake because it goes right to my thighs.
Once told a woman I enjoy spending time with my family.
It's pleasing to see that they came up with 3 distinct sound descriptions. Squink, glonk, and rumple. Which aren't real words, right?
Squink might be, right?
I don't know.
She says galonk, and rumple. Rumple is, isn't it? I don't know why.
Russell Dalrymple?
These do sound like real words, except for galonk.
Anyway.
Galonk droid.
Nice descriptors.
Yeah. That's one of my favorite trivia questions, too. Sometimes we need these 3-pointers.
Yeah.
And it's like, what were the three sounds Elaine hears?
Now, can you put rumple, squink, glonk, or do they have to be a low rumple, a metallic squink, and a mysterious glonk?
I'll specify depending on how good the crowd is. Okay. So if they're doing great, I'll make it more difficult.
Look at you changing on the fly.
There's a moment here though where Elaine, puts the headphones down and she's like, "One question: have you considered just asking them what happened?" That feels like a Jerry moment, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
Almost like he's rubbing off. Hate that term. Rubbing off on Elaine and Kramer, because even in the chicken roaster, Kramer sits in the same spot, but he's turning into Jerry from living in his apartment.
So what did Jerry have to say about all this? Yeah, it does. Well, it's so seldom that we see these two in a booth at Monk's. But yeah, he's assuming the Jerry role or the advisor role, and she makes a good point.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
The funny thing is, George is going to confront them later, but he confronts them with total honesty and reveals I had a tape recorder versus, hey, what happened to my suitcase?
Exactly.
Or my briefcase? When I grabbed it, took it home, it was all messed up,
The thing about George, Vinny, is he's an idiot. Jerry, meanwhile, is gaga over Pam.
When that happened?
Yesterday, 6-ish. Yep.
That's a trivia question, right?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Okay, that's a great one.
And then at the end, we get 3 great quotes from the guys, how men will say anything to get with a girl. And George says he told a woman that he coined the phrase, pardon my French. What did Jerry say?
He doesn't eat cake because it goes straight to his thighs.
And George also said, I enjoy spending time with my family.
Ooh. That's a lie. Now, Well,
I was wondering, what is the least believable one?
I've seen Jerry eat some cake, right? At some point over the series. So, yeah, let's go with that one.
Oh, yeah, he eats Tina's cake. Too bad I'm finishing it.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. See? What a big fun. And he's no longer a 31 waist. He's put on some pounds over the years. The original scripted ending to this scene had Jerry saying, "I once told a woman the truth." And George says, "Come on." And Jerry replies, "I'm exaggerating."
So that's the one that's not believable.
Yeah. So I do like that. These are one of those quotes that I enjoy hearing. Could have kept it in, could have taken it out also.
Yeah, for sure. All right, let's cut over to Brentano's bookstore here, which, by the way, they closed their doors back in 1996.
Oh, that's a shame.
Mm-hmm.
Even the cachet of a Seinfeld couldn't, get them back on the right track.
They were on 48th, I think, and 5th, so near Rockefeller.
They should have opened a location right next to Paisanos, so that it'd be Brentano's and Paisanos.
Oh, interesting, though. We will return to Brentano's, I think. That's not the Peterman signing. When do we see it again?
Jerry, hello.
Yeah, bookstore.
How fitting.
But in the bookstore here, you got Kramer. He's going to approach Pam while she's working, and Newman is going to be on the other side of a bookshelf whispering into his ear, like Cyrano de Bergerac.
Your looks and my words will have built the perfect beast.
Oh, hi, Kramer.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
I'm great.
I too am well.
I too am well.
Do I smell Pantene?
Do I smell?
Pantene.
Pantene.
Oh, my shampoo. Yeah. It is Pantene. I got a free sample of it in with my junk mail.
Well, there really is no junk mail. Oh, everybody wants to get a check or a birthday card, but
It requires just as much manpower to deliver as their precious little greeting cards to Newman. No.
What?
Human. It's human to be moved by a fragrance.
That's so true.
Her bouquet cleaved his hardened shell and fondled his muscled heart. He imbibed her glistening spell just before the other shoe fell.
Kramer, that is so lovely.
It's by an unknown 20th century poet.
Oh, what's his name?
Newman.
Yeah, that's a great scene. Very well executed, and it's paying homage to Cyrano. My favorite is when Newman gets kind of distracted by Pam saying, I got in with my junk mail. And then he just goes off on this rant, and Kramer can't help but repeat it, which is great. And we actually have the full, the rant here. We have the full transcription of the rant. He says, "Junk mail requires just as much manpower to deliver as their pointless greeting cards to their decrepit grandparents whose gnarled old hands are too arthritic to even open." Ooh, Newman dropping some bombs.
I love that how Kramer doesn't know what to do other than just hit the books, knock them over.
Newman!
Yeah, and whenever I heard Newman, I thought that was Newman saying it.
Why would Newman say Newman?
I know, it does, dude.
Me!
12-year-old Matt.
Their precious little greeting cards to Newman. No.
And, at the end when Pam says, what was the name of that unknown 20th century poet? And Kramer's like, Newman. What do you think Newman's reaction is to that moment?
Well, I think he's flattered and prideful that she even said that's so lovely. So he kind of says, "Hey, I got the goods."
I totally read that now too. I see Newman kind of feeling proud in that moment. But when I was younger, I always thought Newman was irritated with Kramer in that moment. Like, we're trying to keep this secret, and now you're using my name. Like, he was just sort of this idiot.
Right. Why is it an unknown 20th century poet? I guess he's not famous.
Yes.
But unknown makes you think like he wants to be anonymous. Is I think of what you're getting at.
Oh no, not what I'm getting at. I just meant, like, if Kramer was going to use any name for this unknown 20th century poet, like, why are you using me, the guy who's feeding you the lines? Like Newman's almost, like, worried it's going to come back to, like, ruin their relationship. I don't know.
Okay.
I was a troubled 12-year-old when I first saw this. Ouch. Next scene, we're at Elaine's apartment. She sits down with Kevin and tells him, you know, based on that scene at Monk's, it's great how much you don't want to have kids, but I'm not sure how much you mean it.
I got a vasectomy this morning.
I have a hunch you mean it. Well, let's cut back to Brentano's. We're all over the place here. Same scene from before. Kramer and Newman aren't there anymore. It's Jerry visiting Pam at work, and he's just there to tell her how really, really happy he is with the relationship. Really happy.
Oh, well, that's nice.
So there's the throat clear, which isn't a good thing. One of my favorite moments, as Jerry realizes something is wrong, you know, he's like, what was that? Pam turns around and he sees something in her hair.
Velvet scrunchie. Kramer. So Kramer's already dug his hipster doofus hooks into her, and she's already got that velvet scrunchie in the hair.
How did Kramer do that? It's like...
Well, like, he I want to replace those. So he already did.
Incredible.
Now, velvet scrunchie, he says, the velvet scrunchie.
Kramer.
They should have brought back Mel Torme just to get him in there so you could have the velvet scrog. Oh, God.
Oh, boy.
I'm getting tired. I'm sorry.
It's going to be a great payoff. Let's hear it.
They should have brought back Mel Torme because he's the velvet fog. And then he would have talked to the velvet scrunchie.
And then,
really funny.
Then George would be like, I love velvet.
Yeah, I want to drape myself in velvet. Okay.
All right, let's cut over to Jerry's apartment. Another great moment as Jerry is unlocking his door as Newman leaves Kramer's.
Hello, Newman.
Hello, Jerry. How's Pam?
Pam? What do you care?
Ta-ta.
Wait a minute.
Get that great montage, kind of set to like Mission Impossible style music.
A parody.
Mm-hmm. Great montage. But earlier in that clip, I love how unnecessary it is for Newman to mention Pam.
Yeah,
but he just does it to f with him.
Well, that's Newman's way. They're nemesis.
Mm-hmm. And then I don't know if it cracks you up, but when he notices the Brentano's bookstore bag, I love Jerry's reaction.
His eyes get real big and he zooms in. He zeroes in.
So this great montage set to Jonathan Wolf's music. You got them like running through the hallways of the building. Maybe it looks like the basement at one point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like lined with like
cinder blocks or something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I like how in the script it reads that Newman scampers away, because that is just the most perfect word to use as the way Newman runs. He likes to scamper.
Yeah, and the sets are so small. They're not really running. It's very cartoony, like very Benny Hill.
Mm-hmm.
But I like the elevator door opening and closing is a good one. Then they're on the staircase, out of breath.
Oh, and that's really cool too, because Jonathan Wolf slows down the music to coincide with them going slowly up the stairs, and you hear the slap bass.
Really
Very
well
cool.
done. Mm-hmm. And then at the end of the chase, Newman thinks he's free and clear, but Jerry ambushes him from behind a corner. Yeah. And Newman reminds him that he's the only chance he's got if he wants to keep Pam. What's the noise Newman makes? It's like...
That's it. Let's leave it there. And how quickly it goes from seriousness to eye rolling. You know, like
right.
they're chasing after each other, you know, and then immediately Jerry's just like, okay, come on.
You know, it's interesting at the end there. Oh, God, this note is terrible. They're on the 4th floor because of the door behind Newman.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of cool. You know, it's like, oh, they're moving throughout the building.
Mm-hmm.
But if you look over Jerry's shoulder, you see an apartment door with 5E on it, which is Newman's apartment. So I don't know. Someone messed up. All right, so we cut over to Newman's apartment, and Jerry is venting to Newman, similar to Kramer.
I can't believe I'm losing Pam.
I know how you feel. For I, too, have a woman for whom I pine.
I thought we were talking about me.
Right.
Anyway, I don't need your help.
Oh, don't you? Joke boy? You really think you can manipulate that beautiful young woman like the half-soused nightclub rabble that lap up your inane observations?
All right, Newman. What do I have to do to get you to stop pulling the strings for Kramer?
Well, there is a little something you can do for me.
Come on, out with it.
It's about Elaine.
Elaine? What does she have to... Oh, no.
You dated her. Give me some inside information. Anything I can use.
Well, I know she doesn't want to have kids.
So, the only thing Jerry knows about Elaine is that she doesn't want to have kids. He's known this woman for, 7 years or so? He's even dated her. And the only thing he can come up with is, I know she doesn't want to have kids. Yet he's given sex moves to David Putty in some greaseball mechanic shop.
Well, maybe Jerry doesn't want Newman to click with Elaine. I don't know.
Probably, yeah. That's. I don't think he'd be able to hang out with Elaine had Newman and Elaine dated.
You know, this is so sad, but it's not just Newman's look; it's his whole character. Even if he completely changed, I don't think he'd ever win Elaine's heart. You know?
No, absolutely not.
Like, she knows too much about him.
Agreed.
Alrighty, let's cut over to Elaine's apartment. Once again, Elaine is still trying to process what's going on with Kevin and his decision to get a vasectomy, and lets her feelings slip when she, does the throat clear. I don't want kids. And Kevin realizes that he's gone too far with his vasectomy, something he always does, like buying a jet ski after seeing one on TV. How is Elaine similar to Kevin?
Once, for no reason, I flattened my hair and had all these strands in my face all the time.
Sometimes I think I do want kids. Maybe a lot of kids.
Sometimes I think about wearing my hair real short.
Yeah, I think I like short hair. Really short.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you like that?
This might be my favorite scene in the episode, is the two of them going, yeah.
Yeah. And then Kramer comes in, unlocking the door, going, yeah.
This is why I like Kevin so much, is because he's so innocent in his $4,000 later. It's sitting in my garage.
It's so lame, man. This guy, God. He's like white bread.
I see, I'm a fan. Elaine's making a little joke to her hairstyle at the end of season 7, which I kind of think is fun. Oh, and this scene actually just triggered me here. I think Peter Melman's minutia contribution here, where he always focuses on something really small, but then he expounds on it and ends up being something really big, is probably maybe the throat clear. That is like how did George say? Admission of guilt, and that's kind of maybe like the germ he had to have this blow up into this big episode, that all these throat clears imply something else to the person who hears them.
Much better. That actually crossed my mind while watching it. Could this episode be called The Throat Clear?
Or ahem?
The ahem. That's much better. Throat Clear doesn't sound very good, but yeah, that definitely seems to be kind of like, I don't know, a more constant joke in this episode as opposed to the soulmate, which doesn't get mentioned here until the next scene.
Yeah, so who's cleared their throat so far? Wick?
Wick, Elaine, and Pam.
Mm-hmm. Okay, 3 throat clears.
All right, next scene, we are at Jerry's apartment, and what a great scene here, a classic. George is showing Jerry a little diorama of the conference room with some old action figures and a Nike shoebox.
This is a crude mock-up of the conference room. 1/14th scale.
When did you build this thing?
Yesterday, took the day off. Now, from the time that I left the room...
Wait, that's you?
Yeah.
I think the M&M should be you.
All right, whatever. Now, whatever caused the damage, was jarring enough to completely stop the tape.
And?
Okay. That's what we know.
But we already knew that.
Well, yeah.
Just give me some idea what you think it could be.
I don't know if you're ready for it.
Please.
I believe that I am about to become the target of a systematic process of intimidation and manipulation, the likes of which you...
Hold it. You're right. I'm not ready for this. Yeah.
It's Pam.
Come on up. All right, it's Pam. You gotta get going.
I'm not through here, Jerry. I'm gonna keep on investigating. This thing is like an onion. The more layers you peel, the more it stinks.
I don't know. I really like this, that George took the entire day off work to construct this crappy diorama, only to reveal that he didn't learn anything new about this situation.
I think we can apply this to so many things in the real world, whether it's news reports or, I don't know, maybe like at work, you're called into like a big meeting or something. You're sitting there for 2 hours and it's like, all right, we're just talking about stuff we already know. Mm-hmm. Glad we're wasting our time here.
We just went through this a minute ago.
But how beloved is that one moment when Jerry says, "That's you? I think the M&M should be you."
Yep.
I'm glad they cut to that close-up of it. And it's just like one hand sticking up. Hey.
Now, apparently there was a scene they filmed of George constructing this 1/14th scale mock-up, but they cut it prior to broadcast.
Oh, man, that would have been great. Like, George in his apartment just covered with, like, glue and paper and action figures, figuring it out.
Back to base, Joe.
Yeah, I didn't recognize the action figures other than the M&M and the Power Ranger. But
yeah, neither did I. But it was a Nike box. Got that.
For sure. Which is kind of cool because you know more about shoes than I do. Doesn't George wear Nikes in the earlier seasons?
Those blue Nikes with the white swoosh. Those are one of his trademark apparel.
Which you bought, right?
I did.
Do you still have them? Are you ever going to...
No, don't have them.
Are you serious? You got rid of them?
Yeah, they didn't fit, so I donated them.
Oh, it sucks.
Some lucky bastard out there is wearing George Costanza's sneakers.
Oh. Sorry they didn't work out for you. I've still got the plyometrics though, so
don't you get rid of those? Those were a gift.
I can't tell you how many times when Liz and I clean up our place, she's like, "Can we get rid of these, please?"
No.
And I'm like, "Nope."
She already threw out the Wayne's World wig, so we can't even reprise our roles as Wayne and Garth.
And I gave away your Timeless Art of Seduction poster.
That's okay. I don't mind that.
Okay. So we got the gist of that scene. Pam arrives just as George leaves, wondering what was that?
We were just playing.
And Pam breaks the news to Jerry. She had a long talk with Kramer today. Thing is, she has a little crush on him. And Kramer bursts in the door.
He manages to slide in on his knees. He does a Kramer entrance, but from the kneeling position.
It's incredible, yeah. I'm so happy. My world finally has meaning. And Jerry's not happy here, so Pam has to explain, I have feelings for both of you. But Kramer says, hey, we're soulmates. How can Pam want Jerry to be the father of her children? And she drops a bombshell here. She doesn't want kids. So the two numbskulls just look at each other.
Now they go to the idiot mobile.
Yes. But before we go over there, we're going to cut over to the foundation, and George confronts the board.
There are some people in this room who would have been very happy to never see this briefcase again. There are people in this room who think they can destroy other people's property and get away with it. Well, let me tell you something about those people. They weren't counting on this brain. And this tape recorder. George, you'll have your turn. The truth must be heard.
Hey, what are you doing? Dear God.
That's all there was. And yet, it speaks volumes. Hello, Rumple. Metallic swing. A galong. And someone crying out, "Dear God!" Let's start with you, Wick.
George, Quinn here was moving a chair. He lost his balance and dropped it. Must have fallen on your briefcase, which for some reason contained a running tape recorder.
All right, then. We've gotten to the bottom of that.
So is there a greater example of George having his tail between his legs and just being completely wrong? Dead wrong. Dead wrong.
That's a thinker, because there have to be a bunch of them, but...
Because it's so, like, he's so caught, you know?
Yeah.
You'll have your turn.
Back off, puffball. It's not my car. I mean, this is pretty embarrassing, but... Yeah, George is known for his outbursts, and, jumping to conclusions, assuming when he shouldn't. But anyways, back to the, the incident, what happened with moving a chair. Do you think that adds up? Do you think something else happened, or?
Yeah, that's fine. Maybe, the chair could have fallen on the briefcase while somebody was standing on it. You know what I mean? So the weight of the person plus the chair.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah. Anyways.
I buy it.
All right, well, let's cut over to the urologist, Bernard Wendroff. Elaine and Kevin arrive and find Newman and Jerry in the waiting room. What are they doing there?
We're getting vasectomies.
Well, Newman, as we mentioned earlier, tells Elaine, I'm getting it for you. But we should mention, more importantly, that Elaine's hair is a little short, based on the conversation they had earlier. Yeah. How did they pull this off?
I'm sure they put her on one of those bald caps and, pulled her hair real tight, bald cap, and then they put on the short wig, is how I would imagine.
Right. I'm surprised they can do that just with the amount of hair she had, but
yeah. She has real thick, full head of hair.
Whenever she posts, whenever Julia posts behind the scenes of Veep, there's always like a wig there or something like that. Mm-hmm. So I know they can pull it off, make it believable. It's surprising when they go from long hair to short hair.
Yeah.
I always thought.
Pretty cool.
Now on to Kevin. The reason he's there is to get his vasectomy reversed. Reversed. And right on cue, Kramer walks by after the operation, just whimpering.
Aw. I think of my little Kramer whimpering.
Were you talking about your dog, or?
Yeah. Oh, come on. Grow up, Matthew.
And he's quickly followed by Jerry and Newman. So,
stage freeze. I thought Kramer was already depleted from the Chinese woman.
Oh, from that episode with Noreen. Or Noreen.
But he got off the jockeys. His boys could swim, and she's late.
Yes. It is interesting, Kramer's history with fertility, but it seems like his boys can swim. He had a problem there for a while, but
we never knew what happened with that Noreen situation.
Yeah, a lot of people wrote in about that when we thought it was weird that, never had a follow-up or anything like that, and everyone just wrote it off as it was a scare,
Yeah.
But let's cut over to the foundation here for the last scene. George has finally found his poem, which he reads to the board. How does the end of it go?
He imbibed her glistening spell just before the other shoe fell.
Is that a Keats poem?
No, it's a Newman.
And I'm going to save this clip for our outro, but after George heads out with his briefcase, Wick just kind of leans into everyone and he's like, does anyone else think George killed Susan? Oh, not just me then. All right, back to business. I actually think that's one of the best outro lines for an episode, like, during the credits and whatnot.
Nice little payoff. It comes full circle, and when you thought, oh, they don't expect anything, they absolutely did and thought it all along. So,
but also it's not like a big deal. They're like, all right, whatever.
Yeah, let's get back to it.
So, what do you think?
Matt, does this episode bring home the bacon and fried in the pan?
What does that mean?
Oh.
I want to. See, I'm doing the bacon right now. I said earlier that I watched this episode when I was 12. In fact, it's one of the first episodes I ever saw. I had no idea who Susan was when I first saw this. So this was really one of those introductory episodes for me, and I watched it all the time. I had a tape of it. I thought it was a great episode. It really stuck with me. And before this rewatch, I would have said it definitely fries the bacon in the pan. But on this rewatch, I don't know. I think it's a great episode. I love it, but it doesn't do it for me the way it used to. But yeah, that's my long-winded answer of being like, it's good, just not great, as great as I remember it.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, though?
It was good. That was a good episode.
That's a really good poll, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Is that Dana Foley? Or wasn't it?
I was doing Pam, but yeah, let's talk Dana Foley.
Doesn't she clear her throat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's an admission of guilt too is that the pilot?
He's like, you hesitated. What was that? Or something.
Oh, even the tempo is there. You can hear the neuroses there.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, like season 8 episodes, I enjoy them. They're good, but I'm just not. I'm not gaga over these episodes. So I like the Newman stuff. I like the Kramer stuff. Pam's okay. I don't see what the big fuss is about with this Pam gal.
I was going to mention it earlier. I don't like see it the way Kramer does, but she is one of my favorite girlfriends, just in terms of like, I don't know, just in terms of looks and likability. I don't know.
Kramer, that is so lovely.
Maybe it's also that Nightmare on Elm Street.
That's what it is. Yeah,
you got to watch that movie,
Seeing
man.
The girlfriend. The endearing part of this episode for me is Kevin. We get an introduction to Tim DeKay as Kevin. Love that goofball. And George's storyline. I like the tie-in with Jerry Lewis, and it's cool the way the reveal took place that they actually did know or believe that he killed Susan all along. Jerry, I feel like Jerry's contribution this week was kind of limited.
Yeah, similar to the Foundation, just not really. Yeah. I don't know. That's kind of an interesting thing to keep track of as his responsibilities behind the scenes, picked up.
Yeah,
maybe
his FaceTime on and workload on as an actor went down, which would make sense.
Yeah, I mean, he was always known for. It's not like he had to keep the good lines for himself. He was known to giving them to his co-stars.
If it's funny, it's funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, good episode. Just not, doesn't crack my top 20.
It's definitely not one of the stronger season 8 episodes, but by no means do I feel like it's, I don't know, like a bad sign for the series. Like, oh, we're really going downhill here.
No, not at all.
It was funny. I was talking to a friend of the show, Adam, who plays trivia, and we were talking about season 8. And, even though we kind of criticize the last 2 seasons, I do think season 8 is really fun, and I want to try to have fun with it on our end and not take things maybe as seriously or be like, oh, this is goofy, so therefore it's not good. I'm actually going to save that maybe more for season 9 because I think there's some episodes in there you can criticize, but just all in all, season 8 just feels very fun. It's like we're having
It was fun. It was fun. Alrighty, that's going to do it for us here on Seincast this week. If you feel the need, please send us an email at seincast@gmail.com. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, or leave us a voicemail at Coco Bosco.
Vinny, what episode do we have next week?
We are discussing the 3rd episode of Season 8, The Bizarro Jerry. Me so happy. Me want to cry.
But for now, I'm Matt.
I'm Vinny.
Hello. Seincast is not endorsed by Castle Rock Entertainment, Sony Pictures, or NBC. It is intended for entertainment and information purposes only. Seinfeld, the Seinfeld logo, and all names, pictures, and audio of Seinfeld characters are registered trademarks and/or copyrights of their respective trademark and copyright holders.
Does anyone think George might have murdered Susan?
Oh, yeah. I just assumed he murdered her.
Of course he killed her.
So it's not just me then. All right, back to business.